Welcome back to the Arizona Daily Mix. April is Autism Awareness Month, and joining me is Kaylin of the Bista Center. Good morning, Kaylin. How are you?
Good morning. We are great. How are you?
And I said right, Kaylin, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
I'm making sure. Tell me about the Bista Center.
Well, we are a private ABA agency located in Mesa, Arizona. We provide applied behavior analysis therapy for kids with autism and other diagnoses. So young kids, teens, adults, we service anyone who is in need.
So let's talk about autism, because there's a lot of different types of autism that people need to understand. And it ranges from severe autism to just minor autism.
Yeah, so it's a spectrum disorder, and it impacts everybody differently. That phrase that everyone's talking about is, once you've met one kid or person with autism, you've met one person with autism. It's different for everyone. It looks different for everyone. And that's why it's so important to have individualized treatment plans and services for each individual on the spectrum.
So, all right, let's talk about the signs to look for in the children to make sure that we are getting them tested for autism. How do we look and see those signs?
Right. So I would say the biggest sign to keep your eye out for would be just lack of meeting developmental milestones. For autism, that tends to be social milestones are the biggest key indicators. So lack of eye contact in some kids, lack of reciprocal smiles. So when a known person smiles at a young child or baby, they don't smile back. It might be a lack of language development, so having about 3 to 5 words by 15 to 18 months, and those can be approximations. They don't have to be whole words. And then lack of interest in social games or basic social games like peekaboo or chase with family members or siblings.
Wow. And we know right now that a lot of people are making adjustments with the pandemic and COVID-19, and that's why you guys are so important for the families who are having someone with autism. Let's talk a little about that very quickly, because you're making sure that you are checking on those things and making them have those skills to move forward.
Yes. So, COVID threw everybody for a loop, and we pushed a lot of our services in home in a one-to-one basis, just to make sure that we were still making progress with our clients and keeping everybody as safe as possible. We through our social groups in a virtual format via Zoom, and that has been incredibly beneficial. That's been a really fun thing to add to our services. But we are back in clinic so that our kids do have opportunities for those social skills, and I guess following all the protocols just to keep everybody safe, but everybody on track.
Yeah. I want to say this from my experience with a friend who has a child with autism, and I want to say this to parents, and hopefully you back me up on this, that it's nothing to be ashamed about if your child or a family member has this. It's a shame if you don't get help, especially going to a center like this to take care of the kids. Can I say something like that to you, Kaylin?
Absolutely. We are a big proponent of, not only autism awareness, but acceptance. And there's a lot of resources and help out there for families that, just need more information or that do need support. And the research is showing that the sooner that we can get services for this population, the better the prognosis lifelong. So if you have any questions or concerns, it's always better to ask and to be safe, to get those services that you need upfront.
Yeah, I'm glad we both said that to people, especially during this month, which is so important. Tell people how they can get a hold of you and where they can find more information.
Absolutely. So our website is Bista Center, that's B as in boy, ISTA.org. We have a resources page for anyone in the community. We hope to be a resource, but if we aren't a good fit for services, or you're looking for something that we don't provide, we will point you in the right direction and make referrals so that the appropriate services can be found.
Perfect. Kaylin, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thanks for talking about this important topic, especially this month.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.